What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon DaVinci, leader of the Renaissance crew, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. Now, today I got some more video game themed reactions. This is a game that was recently announced, something that was recently showcased at EA Plays 2020. Now, normally when you guys hear EA, normally there's some type of evil laughter in the background somewhere every time you say that word. That's kind of how they work. They signed a deal so that every time you say the terms EA, there's like a evil maniacal laugh in the background. So just ignore that. Now, with that being said, this video or this game, I don't know exactly what to expect. They just recently announced that they're shutting down support for any future Battlefront 2 content, and the game that I'm really big into playing right now, which is Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It's a mobile game. Well, the developers for that game, CG Capital Games, have already shown that they're not the best consumer-friendly company. So I don't know what direction that game is going to go in the future. Hopefully I can be wrong, and one day they just have like a moment where they just realize the error of their ways and try to do better, but you know how companies tend to be. I'm hoping this game offers more than just something small. Now, when I heard about this, it made me think of the Rogue Squadron games back in the day. Like, I remember playing the Rogue Squadron 2 game for GameCube when it came out, taking down what are they? AT-ATs or ATSTs? I think it's AT-ATs, the big walker vehicles, and you were like flying around them and had the cable, and you were going around their legs to trip them up. I'm hoping it's something like that, maybe with a little bit of ground gameplay that you can get out of your ship and, I don't know, do something. But then again, that'll probably be too much like Battlefront. I'm guessing they're going to have another Battlefront at some point, I would hope. But let's check this out and see what it has to offer. Represents game and development. That's not giving me high hopes that this is going to be in-engine.
The second Death Star is gone, but the Imperial fleet is still a threat. Vanguard Squadron, let's make history.
This is it, Titan Squadron. Everything we've done has led to this. Finish those Vanguard scum!
This is Star Wars Squadrons. Earn your wings in a single-player story spanning 2 factions.
All stations! Fire on that ship!
And master multiplayer battles as a squadron of 5. With the option to play the entire game in VR. This is the definitive Star Wars pilot experience.
Come on, come on!
Okay, VR.
You'll begin your career in a...
Before they show more. The only downside about doing this on VR is the game is going to be very slow. I guess to like take into consideration reaction time and things like that, but we need a next-gen VR system. We need something that... but it's tough though, because in order to have very demanding games on VR, you have to have them anchored to a PC or something. The day that they can get technology equivalent to the current gen consoles, but at the same time they can fit in a mobile device so you can put it inside a VR headset like the Quest, that's when we can move on to some truly groundbreaking gameplay in VR. But I have a feeling this is going to be kind of like, when you play it on VR, I have a feeling it's going to be like on rails almost. Or like I said, if it isn't, then it's going to be very slow paced. Hopefully I'm proven wrong, but...
Single-player story.
Welcome to Titan Squadron.
Where you'll play as 2 combat pilots, flying for both the Empire and the New Republic.
I wish there was more characters.
You'll experience this world through your cockpit. The instrumentation
Or create a
in front of
character.
you provides critical feedback about power management, targeting, and shields.
That's cool.
With a squadron of diverse characters at your side, prove your skills on increasingly challenging missions.
Hello, Vanguard. Welcome to the Nadiri dockyards.
One of my spies has linked the attacks with the New Republic Starhawk project.
The story of the two pilots you play
Stick together.
will shape the balance of power in the galaxy.
Get ready!
Let him have it. To take the fight online, you'll need flight time with all 8 ships. Fighters are the most flexible and versatile, able to handle any situation. Interceptors are
I could already
fast
see
and
motion
highly
sickness
maneuverable.
being
Let's get
out the ass
Ideal for
on this
hunting
game.
down your opponent's starfighters.
That was kind of fun!
Support ships can keep allies safe and stocked up, as well as disrupting enemy fighters.
Light him up!
So it's like an actual online game where you have roles. It's not just you against everybody, or it's not just like just straight up team. It's like actual RPG element role play. So you have your supporters that have their roles. You have your fighters. You probably have like tank type flyers that are designed to get the enemy to focus on them. That sounds interesting. But then again, I also hear a bunch of people online complaining because maybe you just want to kill stuff, but because you're playing with a specific type of ship, it's like, no, you're supposed to do this, get back over there, and oh man, it's going to lead to a lot of issues.
Nice.
Bombers
Toxic
are
communities.
the heavy hitters, able to deal devastating damage to enemy flagships and starfighters.
But if you've got a preferred component and need something customized, I'll take care of it.
Unlock everything you need to customize your pilot and starfighters simply by playing the
Okay,
game.
that's cool.
From cosmetics to an arsenal of over 50 components that alter how your ships fly, fight, and
Pretty cool.
survive.
They're on you!
I'll deal with it.
You can dramatically change your loadout depending on your squadron's
I'm not even in VR, and that got me sick.
Finally got it. This will be
Just
critical
thinking about
in
it.
Star Wars Squadrons multiplayer modes. First up, dogfights. This is an all-out 5v5 battle.
I guarantee if people who played the Star Wars arcade game, the original, the one that was like vector graphics, if they're still around playing video games and they see this, they'd have a goddamn heart attack. Like, this is what we've been expecting and waiting for all of our lives. Now, they were playing games back in the day when it was beep boops and, you know, like I said, vector graphics where there was no color. It was just like white outlines. And now we have this where you're actually in, well, not actually, but as close to being in the game as you can be. I would like to hear feedback from people that were around during the original Star Wars arcade games and your opinion on this game.
Fine-tune your loadouts to work as a team.
Moving in on the enemy.
Utilize components like tractor beams, turrets, and mines to slow down your opponents or set up your squad mates for the kill.
Rebels are marked.
For teams looking for an even greater challenge, it's time to prove yourself in Star Wars Squadron's signature mode, Fleet Battles.
You see, now this, you know what would be great with this? If they make it, because I know esports is a big thing. If they make an actual esports event centered around this, and let's have areas where you're actually inside of a makeshift cockpit and you're in VR and you're watching people play this game. I think that would be cool as hell. Like actual teams that have like strategies and stuff, and like this could be great for esports and VR. Personally, I think it'll be a great event to watch.
Fleet battles are multi-stage conflicts. Whether playing solo or with friends, you'll have the option to compete against other players or AI as a squadron of 5.
Don't worry, I got him for you.
Meet your team in the social hub to solidify strategy, coordinate loadouts, and prepare for takeoff. First, push the front line by winning the dogfight in the center of the map.
Please tell me there's like a Death Star
Next,
raid.
attack or defend 2 medium-sized capital ships.
We've lost
I
our
want to do the
capital
trench
ship.
run.
And finally, the ultimate goal. Target and destroy the subsystems of your opponent's massive flagship and take it down.
Shields are disabled.
At each phase, your squadron either pushes the line forward or falls back to defend.
Keep our flagship safe.
It's your squadron's choice of how to play.
I'm hit.
Speedy, unrelenting assaults,
Stay together, strike quickly.
stealth and subversion,
This looks awesome.
or brutal bombardment.
That ship is vulnerable. Take your shot.
We need to hurry.
Like I said, the only thing missing is a
unified
Death Star
squadron is
raid,
the key to victory.
where one team has to defend the Death Star and the other one has to take it out. You gotta do the trench run. Oh man, that'll be so awesome.
This is Star Wars Squadrons. Join the galaxy's finest and make your mark.
You are the hope of this galaxy.
Launching October 2nd, 2020. Yeah, so, October 2nd, 2020. So, it's around the corner. Now, I don't know if any other VR headsets are going to be coming out between that time that makes it even easier to run something like this. But this seems like something that'll be anchored to a PC. Probably have to play it through Origin or something like that. So, it's probably not even necessarily the VR headset that you have, but more so the computer that you have to power it. So I don't know, hopefully I can get a new computer by then. Don't know if I will though, but I'll try. Again, only thing that's missing, I would love to see actual raids and special events like that, like the Death Star, episode 6 when they were fighting over the Forest Moons of Endor, maybe a Hoth battle, things like that. Now I know certain things aren't going to be available because they don't want to pretty much make this Battlefront 3. But I mean, you have all the assets and the hardware around it, so, or not hardware, but the software around it. So all you have to do is just create a ground level gameplay, just keep the VR, and you know, you could have something there, like actual troops going around, you shooting people, still setting up strategies. Maybe you can incorporate some Jedi at some point, and with the VR and the controls, you can go around and actually like just take the system from the Vader Immortal games and just put that into it. So you're a Jedi on the ground, actually like using your lightsaber and force powers to fight. And you can like pull ships from the sky. See, I'm hyping myself up for something that's not even, doesn't even exist. So I'm just thinking about all the possibilities that this game could have. But right now, let's keep the scope small. So, like I said, raid battles are a must. I hope to goodness that they have some type of Death Star battle. I love seeing more VR incorporation. I love VR. The only thing that I don't love about VR is that it has to be anchored to a PC. And right now, where I'm at, my PC is in a very cramped space, so I can't like use it as well as I want to. Like, it's very tight, so I can't move around as much as I want to. But yeah, the possibilities are endless. More VR games in 2020, 2021. Please. We need some more AAA developers to make some AAA games for this hardware and really push it to the next level. Because graphics on consoles are only going to get so far. We're already hitting the ceiling as far as graphics are concerned. I know we say that every generation, but now the limit for graphics pretty much stems to how great the artists that you hire is. So there's only you can only draw realistically so much before you hit a ceiling. Now we have to move to a different frontier and try to get VR to match what the consoles have done, and PC, of course. But with that being said, let me know if you're hyped about this game. Let me know if you've heard anything about this game that's new. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say in the comment sections. I will keep my eyes peeled and my ears open for any type of news. I would really love some more Star Wars VR content. Like I said, Vader Immortal was an absolutely amazing game. The only thing I don't like about it is the only way you can really have the ability to do a lot of, like, the only thing that really gives you freedom in that game is when you're playing the lightsaber dojo. And that's really like a wave-based arena style game. And I want some more, like, not just open world, but just some adventure type of things. Like, the single player mode on that game was very on rails, handholdy. I want something that's more free, but it gives you access to all the powers. Something that allows you to unlock more powers as time goes on. Maybe like you have the option to do a mission or train, and if you train, you get access to more force powers, makes you stronger. The force powers you do have can get more powerful. Like maybe you can have force choke, and you train that, and then you can start using force choke against multiple enemies at once, and then you train that, and it unlocks force lightning. You have force push that can knock one enemy over, but if you train it, you can force push multiple enemies. And then maybe it gets to the point where you can like stop blaster bolts in midair, things like that. Like, I want more freedom for those games. And I know it's there. I know somebody's thought of it. Maybe they're developing it. I hope that somebody within my voice can, if they haven't thought about it, hopefully what I just said can give you some type of idea for the next Star Wars VR style game. Throw some customization in there, some lightsaber customization in there, and just go off to the races. Like, I'm telling you, you'll be printing money by doing this. Please, somebody, do this. Now, I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say in the comment section down below. There will be a link for the original video if you want to see it yourself, or if you're a reactor, you want to do a reaction to it yourself. The link is in the description box down below. And that's pretty much it. I'm Devon DaVinci. Hopefully just been a little bit more enlightened. I look forward to seeing what you guys have to say, and I'm going to go ahead and sign out. So I'll give you the deuces. I'll see you there. Deuces.